sit down here?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, it's good to have you here again.
It's a pleasure to be back.
It's kind of
You know me, I love always coming to the fatherland.
I was thinking about it today. It's like how long ago is it that you've been here last time? It was like 2 years or more than 2 years, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Last thing was a tour for the second album.
With Evan, and then we overlapped with Ostinato, right?
Yeah, but not with Evan. That was still with Dave.
That was still with Dave.
Dave was doing double duties.
That's right. Yeah. Evan's never been
playing guitars with Ostinato, and then you guys jump right in.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was kind of a I wouldn't say weird, but it was an unexpected combination. You guys and Ostinato, and it basically came down to that you recruited Dave from Ostinato to play drums with the Hidden Hand. How did that came across?
Well, Ostinato recorded with Bruce. So Bruce knew Ostinato from before me and him started jamming. And so he'd always, at one point with the recording sessions, I guess David, they took a break or whatever, and Dave sat down behind a drum set and just started playing. And Bruce says, "I didn't know you could play drums." Dave says, "I can't." Bruce is like, "Wow, well, if you can't play drums, you're playing pretty good." And he ended up recruiting Dave, basically. Mm-hmm. And first he got David to play in this, I don't know how to describe him, but to play in another band Bruce was in called The Field Machine. And then after that, he didn't suggest Dave for the Hidden Hand right away. The first drummer we jammed with, this is a really weird story, man. The first drummer we jammed with was a dead ringer. You know what that means? That means he looked exactly like the second drummer for The Obsessed, Eddie Gooley.
All right.
He looked just like him, and he played like him too. And I got to tell you, it was a little bit weird. And it took me. I mean, Eddie's a good guy, but it took me back in kind of a bad way. Okay. And the jam it didn't work. And so then Bruce was like, "Okay, that wasn't the guy." He goes, "I'm going to ask Dave if he wants to come, have a go." And I was like, "Well, who's Dave?" And he's like, "Oh, he's the drummer for the Field Machine." And I was still a little bit confused as to Dave's role. And Dave showed up, and we had the very first time we jammed with Dave, we had a phenomenal jam, and we wrote Desensitized.
All right.
Pretty much on the spot.
I mean, it's kind of like it surprised a lot of people. Not only that you were playing with some guy like Dave, it was also the whole style that came across with the Hidden Hand, which was so different what you've done before. I mean, most of the people know you've been involved in Saint Vitus, and you've been involved in The Obsessed, and you've been considered as kind of like what they call a doom legend, that guy that took the whole Black Sabbath thing into the next century and added something to it and kind of was part of the creation of a completely new style called doom rock. And after you've been away for so long, you came back with a band of a completely different style that is, to my opinion, that band is also able to create a completely new style in terms of attitude as well as in terms of how you approach music.
Right.
And so it was kind of a logical step when you see it from this perspective. Right. But haven't you been worried about like your fans?
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, after Spirit Caravan imploded, I was pretty mad, actually. I was really angry because I really tried really hard to make that band work,